When you visit EthTools.com, you'll notice when you visit a number of pages that we require you to log in. For example, this is the register page of the ENS functionality, which I've accessed by clicking register in the ENS dropdown. And it states that you need to log in, and it gives a basic reason as to why. Now, I just wanted to clarify why we require you to log in at ethtools.com. So you'll notice that if you, for example, use the Chain Explorer functionality, you don't need to log in. Why? There's no reason to require you to. These pages simply provide you with information about recently mined blocks, and there is nothing that needs to be associated with you as an individual or entity. So yeah, we can go ahead and show you things like the Blockchain Explorer without requiring a login. Stuff like searching, of course, doesn't require a login, and you can use our tools like creating or loading a wallet without logging in. The reason that things like the ENS functionality and the functionality to submit a contract require you to log in is because we need a way of keeping track of the transactions that you submit to the chain and keeping track of as to whether they have been confirmed. So I'm going to log in using my mnemonic to show you and demonstrate exactly why we need you to log in. So if I now go back to the register page, having just logged in, the page will now load. If we scroll down, we will also see the Your Transactions functionality. So I've transferred some ether here, I've submitted a contract, I've called a method on a contract, etc., etc. When you complete an action, for example, registering a domain name, we have to submit that transaction to the blockchain. I will go ahead and sort of demonstrate that behind the scenes whilst explaining this further. So, to be able to verify confirmation of your transaction, we need to keep track of the hash of that transaction. And we want to do that in an efficient manner, noting that there's potential for multiple, potentially hundreds, thousands of users to be using the service at any one time, and for multiple transactions to be submitted at any time. So what we've done is we've built functionality whereby this Your Transactions section powers everything. As you'll see, it refreshes, it updates when it was submitted, and it changes when the transaction is mined. This is a well designed and optimized component which keeps track of all of the transactions you've submitted and keeps track of their submission and confirmation status, and it does that all behind the scenes. What we then do is this functionality where it shows you as to whether the transaction is confirmed in a more sort of user-friendly, directly in front of you interface. That interacts with the Your Transactions functionality such that when the Your Transactions component knows that a transaction is confirmed, this is also updated. That is to say, if you didn't have this Your Transactions functionality, this wouldn't be able to update, and the Your Transaction functionality requires that the user logs in. So essentially, the reason we require you to log in is such that we can optimize the manner in which we check that transactions are confirmed, such that we can handle load better. We think that it's a small price to pay for the functionality that we offer, and as has been mentioned before, the only information that we keep about you is your address, which is public. anyway. We do not keep any identifying information, so we can't connect that address to you unless, of course, you use functionality such as our email functionality for notifications, at which point you enter your email. But obviously that's at your discretion and is your choice. So essentially, if you are looking to maintain your anonymity, that will be secure. We do not keep any information about you, and that is intentional. We simply require you to log in so that we can make our service and our offerings as optimized as possible.